Hey guys, welcome back to day 3 of Octobit 2025. Today we are going to be doing air, and so that being said, let's get started. Now with this creature, I kind of wanted to do like a bird-like creature, but first, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my website at www.slimegrind.com. I was about to say my work's website. I'm so used to saying that after that. But anyways, like I was saying, I was going to be doing a bird-like creature. Originally, when I was doing the looking at birds, kind of wanna what kind of depicts Halloween best, and so I saw kind of pictures of crows, like in little wizard outfits, and I was like, oh, that kind of fits. So that's what I was kind of going for. Just originally kind of wanted to create like a little cloak from his feathers. Kind of came in a little Michael Jackson little pose here. I don't know what I was thinking. Just kind of roughing out the shapes, and so really I kind of just wanted to see where I was with it. Like I mentioned, I kind of wanted his feathers to be the cloak for this sprite. Now really didn't have an angle, so I kind of started looking at sprite crows that how other people have done, and so I kind of did like how they kind of make him look like a little wizard. So here what I ended up doing is just kind of using like those shapes to kind of give me map out where I wanted. Kind of didn't like how it was looking at, so that gave me a little indication of where to put the tail feathers. I essentially just kind of copy and paste, kind of line it where I think it was going to go. Again, working with a 32 by 32 canvas is kind of difficult. So what I ended up doing is just erasing pretty much what I had work on the body, and just go off based on the tail feathers. So again, just blocking out the shape of the body, kind of lining it up a little bit, kind of give it a little bit of an oval shape, put it next to the tail feathers, so what it would eventually be the tail feathers. Then I move on to the head a little bit, kind of just letting it gradually take its shape. I'm sorry, not the head, the legs. And I don't know what it said about me about legs. Like, for whatever reason, I cannot do legs. Again, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this challenge is just to challenge me on creating mobs and creatures, just because I don't usually do mobs and creatures, and it's one of the things that I struggle when across all platforms. So here I start kind of connecting the shapes that I had together, kind of give it that beak, kind of give him a little bit of a derpy face right here, kind of look a little bit cutesy, which is not what I wanted to go with. Kind of arches back a little bit, and so just slowly kind of giving it shape. Now here's when I was trying to decide how the cloak should look. Again, just blocking out some shapes, and so I kind of wanted to give it the like I mentioned, give it his wings almost like the cloak a little bit. But then I was like, nah, that doesn't kind of look right. So, and I keep struggling with legs. I'm telling you, it's not. I can't do legs. I don't know why I can't do legs. Kind of almost look like a boot heel. And so here, kind of just looking a little bit too lanky. So I just went and shortened him a little bit, and again just reshaped the body a little bit. So here I kind of started just putting it together, and here's where I was outlining the hood. Again, originally I kind of wanted to have the cloak be the feathers and just making it look like just a crow head, but then I saw the scope one make it look like the Grim Reaper, and I kind of was thinking of Bleach at that time, so kind of did cheat a little bit out here, putting roughing a shape of the cloak. Now I didn't really need to do this, but it kind of helped me kind of follow the lines of the cloak, and so just putting it together a little bit, making sure everything fit accordingly, just giving a little bit of shape of the body. And again, just I did it a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. Kind of give it that shape. Now, working with 3 colors, kind of dampening, honestly, just because it's very limited on what I cannot do. Obviously, I want the cloak to be black, but now that I think about it, I should have used maybe white as the outline, but then I need to do the outline for the shading too. So working with 4 colors, limited palette, kind of gives you that created juices kind of flowing. And again, it's just one of the rules that I decided to do for myself. Now that I look at that leg actually didn't look too bad. I kind of did like that. So again, just giving some shapes, making it look somewhat feasible. I think I did like that. Honestly, I should have kept that leg now that I look at it. And then just kind of making the other side match. That way it looked consistent. Erasing there and just start filling the gap of its cloak. And then here, I think I just working on the eye, kind of giving that mean looking look, that triangle look. And so, like I was mentioning, when I was working on him, I'm rewatching Bleach, and so I'm at the part where he starts, I guess, discovering his hollow powers, and I was like, oh, you know what? Make him look like a Grim Reaper. Give him a hollow mask. I think that kind of will look cool. I just now noticed that I messed up the shape of the beak at the end one. I kind of like the shape of this beak. I wasn't paying attention, honestly. Oh well, that is what it is. I did like the end result, but now that I'm looking at it, I was like, what? I did mess that up. Here he was looking like a duck, so I didn't really like that. Like I said, I wanted to try to limit it. Just trying to break it out with the colors that I was using. I was like, nah, it looks too much like a duck. And here it looked like a seagull. So I'm just wanna, you know what? Make the whole thing look like a skeleton. Honestly, that was like just probably the best course of action. Again, I was just trying to give it some color, and I really didn't like the color palette that I chose, but I'm just gonna stick with it. And so I was like, man, it looks cool, but it's just the colors is making it look wacky. So I just trying different shades, and here was more like a crow, but I was like, you know what? I kind of did like that skull looking face. And so I went back to it and started hanging like little ribs, and kind of give it a little bit of a skeleton body, and the beak. Obviously, the beak should be a skull, and then a little tear in his little cloak. Show some little bones, kind of shape where the like his bones, spine would be, and just outlining it to show where it would be at, and so kind of looking at it to that perspective, just give it a little bit, breaking the cloak, just because it was just a solid black shape, and I didn't really like that. All my instincts just wants to add more shades, make it actually look cool. But again, just very limited palette. Kind of have to be creative, and keep struggling with these legs. And that kind of looked like a skeleton leg, so I was like, you know what, I keep that. And then working on the tail feathers, I kind of make it look like bones. Just filling in the gaps too. Then obviously just copying and paste the leg, moving it off to the side, that way it consistently showed. So that way the other side can be into make it match a little bit, just to show where the bones are coming out, running out the shape of the body. And then here I was kind of trying to break that solid white area. So I kind of did a couple things trying to make it look menacing. That's the best way I can describe it. Kind of just make it look a little bit consistent. Honestly, that's the best way. And now that I noticed that I went too far in that beak with that single black pixel, I should have kept it white at the very tip, but it kind of works. And I think there was another area that I missed a pixel somewhere towards the end of the video. Which, yes, again, right now what I am doing is recording the sprite, then the audio over it, just because I find that easier. I can focus on the sprite without the commentary. I'm still trying things out, see how it works. So bear with me, guys. If you guys watch my other 2 videos, I appreciate that. Give them a like, a share. It really helps me out. Also, while I'm finishing up the sprite, check out my other socials. All of them are listed on my website at www.slimegrindstudios.com. If you guys like sprites or pixel art, drop a comment down below and tell me which sprite game that you like as a kid. Mine is Chrono Trigger, best RPG ever created. And here I kind of wanted to give it a little bit more menacing, so I gave it a skeleton wing. And then just went over with the cloak, like I said, to show that it's a robe, a cloak. Again, kind of keep it to that Grim Reaper look. And so just filling it out a little bit. And I kind of thought it was a little bit too far. So I ended up just shortening here in a second. And then just finalizing it. Overall, I was pretty happy with this one. I think out of the 2 that I've done so far this one is my favorite. I think tomorrow is Meadow. I'm not so sure what I'm going to create, but it is the weekend and I'll be able to do a bulk session that way I'm not rushing it like I am now. And so there you go. It's keep messing with these feet, man. But overall, I kind of did like it. There are a couple things that I'm looking at it now that kind of wish I would have fixed, but again, it's our challenge, so I'm glad I'm doing it. Other than that, tell me guys what you guys think down below. If there's a specific mob that you guys remember whenever you guys play pixel games. Again, I'm just flying off my handle, doing what I can. Here I was just trying to add a little bit more detail, kind of a little more tear out the cloak, but didn't kind of dig it, so I think I ended up fixing that. Again, just moving shapes around, make it look a little bit more concise, but it was a good idea, but I just didn't like how it was looking. I think how I had the bird shape worked. So I think overall I was pretty happy with it, and I didn't messed up there. I don't know what I was doing. And so there you go. That's my my third mob for Monster Maker Octobit 2025. Again, if you guys like this type of content, let me know, or what I can do to improve my videos. So there's that one pixel that I missed, and like in the tail feather, hit it when I do that, but I'm not gonna go back and fix it. That's fine how it is. Again, check out my other socials. Drop a comment, like, share. Helps me out. And if you guys have tips on sprites or making videos, making content, let me know. Again, I'm just starting out, so I appreciate all the support. And there you go. That's air. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day.